Hey friends, welcome to Proverbs 27:9 Fragrances. John here, and today we're going to be doing a true unboxing and first impressions of the newest fragrance from the house of Zaharoff, and that is the Black Rose Halfeti fragrance. So, all right, you know what to do. Like the video, make sure you're subscribed to the channel and have the notifications turned on. That way you are notified every time we upload this sweet smelling fragrance related content. All right, so as I said, and I'm not sure if I got the name exactly right. If I didn't, I'll correct it here in a moment. But this is the newest fragrance from the house of Zaharoff. And I have had either full bottles or at least the miniature travel bottles of Signature Pour Homme, Signature Tobacco, Signature Noir, Signature Royale, Royale X, Rosé. I've had samples of the new Z Creators line, Triple X. I've had full bottle Citrine. It's probably easier to say the ones I hadn't had. I know I haven't had leather tobacco. I hadn't had the cocoa fragrance. And the previous new one, Aurum. But I'm hoping to get some of those in the future. But anyways, I do have this one here. And this is going to be my true first impression. I've never smelled it. And what I'm looking for is to see if there is any of that Signature Pour Homme in there. How much of the Signature Rosé am I going to smell? Is it going to be too much rose? Those are the things I'm going to be looking for. And again, this will be my first impression, so this will not be my total thoughts on it. I will give this fragrance some good wearings over the next few days or weeks, and we'll come back and do a full review of it. All right, so inside you know the Elixir of the World Zaharoff boxes. They're pretty well the same. And here is Signature Black Rose Halfeti. So let me turn the camera around and we'll get some good shots of the box and the bottle. All right, so let's start with the presentation here. Just look at how beautiful this box and bottle combination are. We'll start with the box. You can see here it's this just really gorgeous, I wouldn't call that a magenta. Yeah, I'm sure the rose, George is very particular in everything that he does. I'm sure that's some kind of rose color, but it's a dark, rose. You've got the rose with the Zaharoff Z here, the name of the house, the name of the fragrance, which is Signature Black Rose Halfeti. Size here is a 2 ounce, 60 ml. At the bottom you've got your barcode, your batch code reference number, the house information, made in France. That thorn bush on the rose continues around the sides to the back, where you have your ingredients listed here, and then just some more information. The Zaharoff Z on the top. Just very lovely. But the bottle is just beautiful. Look at that juice color. Again, this kind of deep wine color, almost reddish purple. That crown style cap is hand painted, probably airbrushed if I was to guess. It's got kind of a black that fades into A lighter color there with the Zaharoff Z. Beautiful. I love the rose gold atomizer, same one that's on Zaharoff's signature 4 ohm, which is one of my top 3 fragrances. It's one of those fragrances that I just love to smell all of the time. I wear it a lot. You can see I've got a heavy dent in my bottle, and I'm really excited to see how this one compares, but that's the presentation. All right, we're back, and so let's get into our first impression of what this smells like. Again, what I'm hoping is that it's a good combination of these two. I haven't seen a lot of reviews. I've watched Tyler at Simply Fragrances review of it, and I think I saw Justin Copeland talk about it some. But again, I really don't remember what they said about it. And honestly, usually with a Zaharoff fragrance, I think this is the first one I've ever gotten that did not have a personalized card in it that's got all of the notes and everything listed. And I was going to go by that, but since it's not in there, I'm just going to fly blind and just see if I can pick out anything that's in the fragrance. So the first thing I'm going to do is spray it on a test strip. It's one that I had sprayed earlier with Signature Rosé. I'm going to spray it on paper first, just to kind of get an idea of the fragrance and how it would maybe smell on clothing. And then, of course, I'll spray it on skin, okay? All right. Give it a waft here. And then let's see what we smell. All right. First impression off paper. Right up my alley. To me, again, kind of smells exactly what I was hoping for. And that is, I do get the Signature Pour Homme DNA. The rose is not near as powerful, again, on paper, as as I thought it might be, and to me, that's a good thing. Now, what I did, it wasn't a Justin Copeland video. I saw TLTG reviews. Ross do his. He was smelling some fragrance with Georgia Fragrance Apprentice and Almost from the WWE, and this was the last one. And so George said it smells way different on paper than on skin. So, but on paper, very masculine. Kind of has an old school vibe to it. Almost like there's some patchouli and oak moss there in the base. It's got a freshness. It's got some, some citrusy zing to it a little bit. Smells like a very high-end quality fragrance that you would have gotten from like Dior or Chanel or one of the higher-end designers in the 80s, again, on paper. And not a lot of rose. The rose that I'm smelling on paper is coming across with that little bit of, it's not really animalic, it's kind of that, raw polleny green, little bit tinge to it. It's reminding me of something. Okay, I'm liking that on paper. Let's test now on skin. On skin, I was under the impression that it smelled much, much different. So let's see. You see that beautiful, that black rose painted on the back, and you can kind of see that through the front there. All right. on skin, it's not tremendously different to me. Again, this is the opening, and that's really all we're going to get on this video. I'm going to come back and I'm going to wear this for a week or so, and then come back and really get it a good in-depth breakdown. But I'm loving it. Signature Rosé. Is a beautiful fragrance, but you have to like rose. And I'm not a big rose fan. Rose, to me, because of associational memories, it reminds me of my grandma. Now, I love my grandma. I love her. She's in heaven now. She raised me. She was the mother of my life. But I don't want to smell like my grandma. And I'm not saying this does. It doesn't. But rose in fragrances always reminds me more of her. And when I smelled Signature Rosé, I thought, wow, that's the best smelling rose fragrance. Because I'd smelled Cafe Rose and Rose, Rose Noir and some different Mancera and different fragrances that were rose heavy and things of that nature. And I'm like, okay, it's okay, chocolate rose, leather rose, whatever. But the rose was too powdery and too just dated. But the rose in Signature Rosé, I liked it. And when I put it on my skin, it smelled good. It was just that it just wasn't my style. And so I said in my review of it, listen, if you're a rose lover, you will love this fragrance because it is the best smelling rose. For my money, this is better. But here's another caveat. I think you're going to have, and it's probably the way it is with all of Zaharoff. If you're buying Zaharoff fragrances, you're not, I guarantee you what's on your shelf is not Dior Sauvage and Chanel Allure Homme Sport, okay? If you're buying Zaharoff fragrances, then you are looking for niche fragrances, or you're looking for, classic, clean, gentleman fragrances. You're looking for unique fragrances. And so I think most of this audience would fit into this. But I think you have to have a little bit of a classic, taste to really enjoy this. I'm excited to see how it transitions. I'm told the rose comes a little more forward in the mid. And I could say that based on the opening, it kind of needs to. To me, what the opening smells more like is either Signature Royale with that kind of bright, citrusy vibe. Maybe a little bit of the Signature Tobacco or there's something. Very first spray, I got a good dose of this. As it's drying down, it seems like it's maybe turning more into like Signature Royale X or something like that. There's a little bit of a kind of a leathery or tobacco-y type vibe coming through. It's honestly, it's as great as I thought it would be, but it's more to my wearing and likability than I thought it would be. I thought it would be one that I'd go, oh, that smells real good, but it's not really going to be my style. I think this is going to be my style, and I can't wait to see how it transitions and give this some wearings and come back with a full review. So first impression, I'm blown away. Not only by the presentation and everything, I knew that was going to be good, but Signature Black Rose Halfeti is my style, and I'm going to be able to wear it a lot. And I'm so glad because you can see I'm drinking my bottle of Signature Pour On. All right, that's my first impression. Let me know if you've tried this or what your favorite rose fragrance is, or what your favorite Zaharoff fragrance is. Any of those things, just make sure you leave a comment That helps the algorithm get the video to more people. Like, subscribe, do all those things. Till we see you down the road, we say God bless. Frag on, Frag fam.